This video is about the use of an auto pipette, or also it's referred to as a micro pipette. There are many different types of auto pipettors, many different brands. I have two examples shown here, one which is included in your lab kit. I'll show you this one first. This is the type we use in our lab. It's branded by Pipettor. This is a variable pipette, much like the VWR version you'll be using in your kit. With this one, the way you set the volume, you can see the numbers there, is to turn the dial. And it's important to note that this is a 100 to 1000. You don't want to go past those numbers if you can help it. There's a little bit of wiggle room, but you don't want to damage the internal mechanisms. And what's happening is it's actually pulling a plunger up on the inside, setting a volume which will be dispensed by the plunger when you depress it and release it. So here's the plunger on this one, and just like the one I'm about to show you, there's a kind of a second stop there, which is an extra bit, and there's also this which helps release the disposable tip. This is the type that you're going to be using in this lab. The internal mechanism which sets the volume is on the handle. It's definitely a cheaper version, so you have to lock it in place by pulling up on this locking mechanism. That's what this little indicator is showing. But you can turn this dial and adjust the volume that it's dispensing. So the one there is 1 milliliter, 0.00, and that's where we want it. So I'm going to pull up on that locking mechanism, and hopefully I don't bump that as I'm using it. This also has a plunger, which has 1 stop, 2 stops. We'll talk about when to use the extra one. You can kind of feel the resistance at this point, the extra little bit, and a mechanism by which to remove the tip. Let's go ahead and put a tip on. So one of the things about tips is the end here is where it's going to be touching your solution, so you probably don't want to touch it. I'm not wearing gloves because I'm not working with any chemicals, but both the chemicals can contaminate my fingers and my fingers could contaminate my reagents. So one of the suggestions, actually I'll do it on a new one, is to take them out of the bag by holding it on the outside and shoving it on by holding the bag. Trying to use clean methods. Okay, let's close that. Okay, so I have my tip on. I don't want to hit this button because I will lose my tip right now, but I'm ready to get some water, so I have some water present handy and a place to put it. Okay, so first thing is to keep the tip vertical while you're depressing the tip, and so I'm going to try to tilt it towards you. I'm going to press down on this tip until the stopping point, and only to that first stopping point, the first place to have resistance. I'm going to slowly let it drop. If I let this go too fast, I'm going to splash the internal mechanism. And if this is something other than water, although water isn't good, that could be a big problem. The next thing I want to do is I want to touch it to the edge to remove any drops that have hitched a ride on the outside of that tip. And then I'm going to press down on the tip, dispense, and get to that first stopping point, and I'm going to make sure, just with a little extra push, that all the drops have come out of that tip. It looks like we're good. Let me just do it one more time. Okay, so down to the first point of resistance, slowly draw up, and then dispense past that first point of resistance, a little extra bit to make sure everything is out of the tip. Nope, I forgot to, that would have been a bad measurement. I forgot to touch it towards the side like that to make sure that any extra, okay, dispense again. Okay, and that is the use of an auto or micro pipettor. This is a 1 mil to 0.1 mil or 1000 microliter to 100 microliter pipette. Now that I'm done with my tip, I'll find a place to dispose of. I'm just going to put it in this bin, and I'm going to press down on that lever there.